Hi guys, this is Miss Scott. So here's that quick video on how to construct the angle bisectors of a triangle. So first of all, you're going to need a compass, so go ahead and get one of those handy. First thing that you're going to do is take the compass, and you can adjust this to any length that you want. I'm going to adjust it to about there, and you're going to put the point on one of the vertices of the triangle. And then you're going to go ahead and draw an arc like so. And the next step is then to move the point so that it's at the intersection of that arc with the side of the triangle. And then you're going to make a little tick mark in here. And now here is where you cannot adjust the size. So I have to leave this as the same separation from the point to the pencil. But I'm going to move over to this other intersection point and then rotate this a little bit and draw another little tick mark. So now I've actually just created the place where I need to draw my angle bisector. So the angle bisector goes from this vertex here through that X where those two lines cross to the other side of the triangle. So what that means, if this was 30 degrees right here, this would be 30 degrees right here also. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do that on the other two vertices. So we're going to take the compass, draw an arc here, move it. So we put that point on that side, draw a little tick mark, move it to the other side. I'm going to spin this around so we can actually see what's going on here. Right, so we put the point on this side now. And draw another little tick mark. And then we now know to get our ruler, draw a line from this corner through that X to the other side. Okay, so there's your second angle bisector, and then we need to do that just a third time here. So put the point at the last vertex, draw an arc, move this to the intersection, draw a little tick mark here, move it to the other intersection point over here, and draw one more little tick mark. And then you can draw your third line. Now if you did that correctly, when you draw that third line, you should notice that these three lines are all going to intersect at this point in the middle. There might be a little bit of a gap, and that's just user error. We sometimes don't do things totally accurately, but you should see that these 3 points are all fairly close to each other. This point here is our incenter, so it's where the 3 angle bisectors where they meet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use a ruler. I always use centimeters, just makes life a little easier. And what you're going to do is, let me just put a ruler in here. Now, of course, my ruler isn't like set up the same way. It's not to scale with yours. But what we're going to do is we're going to line this up so that the edge of the ruler is flush with the sides. I'll make this a little shorter. What I mean by that is you're going to have it be like lined up with the edge. And then you're going to draw, you're going to set that to 0. And I mean, again, my ruler is not like to scale, but I'm noticing that from that side to the incenter is about 3.8 centimeters. So if I draw a line from there to there, so that this right here is a right angle. Oh, let me get this out of the way. I noticed that this was about 3.8 centimeters. So let's just put 3.8 just to remind myself. It's a beautiful 8. And then let's do that to the other two sides. So I'm going to spin around the ruler, line it up, I need to rotate that a little bit so it's flush with that bottom side. And I notice if I draw, oh, let me move that over just a touch. So if I draw in this line from the incenter again to this side, that's the distance. and that also looks like it's about 3.8 centimeters. Okay, so that's the distance is 3.8. And lastly, on this third side here, I'll spin this around, line this up so it's flush with that side, and then put it to 0. Oh, I'm using centimeters though. And again, you should see that that's about 3.8. And again, your ruler is probably giving you different lengths just because I am just using the ruler in this app here. So that is also about 3.8. And no matter what scale or what ruler or what units you're using, you should notice that those three are all the same length. So what do you notice about these lengths? Well, I noticed that they are congruent. Okay, so that is actually true for the incenter of a triangle. If you want to be the same distance to each of the sides of the triangle, that's exactly what the incenter does. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. If not, just come find me. I will show you that. Sometimes it's a little easier to see it on paper with an old school compass. But thank you guys for watching. Feel free to comment below if you have any questions or concerns. All right, thank you.